had been here for a week now, and it's going good. That sounded so fake. Wow, it actually is going good. I just have a weird voice on the camera sometimes. Like, oh, hi, my name's Niamh. Hi. We're not doing that. So, I got in on Thursday, and Tom picked me up from the airport, and we went back to their place, and the canvassers have just been amazing. Rachel's been running around with me doing things and just looking after me, and she's been incredible. It's been great. And so Sunday I came to Colombia, and me and Rachel got myself like set up in the dorms and things like that. And then I had orientation for 2 days. So most orientation like weeks back home, you'd be like, oh, come join our society, come to a movie and get to know people. And here they're like, we're going to play game shows. Yes, game shows, because that's what all schools should do. And then the next day we started classes on Tuesday, so got to meet my program director, and they had like meetings with him for all the first years and stuff, which is nice. And he is just so cool and sound. There's no other word for it. And like we don't have any youth work classes this semester, and he's like, I still want to get to know you all, so you're all coming to my house for dinner. I'm like, that sounds great, free food. But no, I'm really excited about all my classes. They're really interesting. I have 5 or 6 classes. So I have Genesis, Old Testament survey, spiritual formation, effective relationships, church and mission, and service practicum. Service practicum is kind of a class, like we have assignments and stuff for it, but there's only actually 2 classes for it. It's about going out and serving in the community, so we have to do like volunteer work and things like that. But it looks like it's a busy schedule. There's lots to do, and it's quite daunting when they give you like a syllabus and they're like, these are your assignments for the semester. Like, there's so much to do. But once it's just trying to figure all that out, and it looks like it's going to be a very personally challenging semester, which is good. I'm looking forward to that as well. And then on Friday we went on a first year retreat, and so we went off to camp, and we just kind of got to know each other a bit better and played games, and you get to know new faces and things. We played Mennonite dancing, because that is always the best way to get to know people. And yeah, no, it's just really good getting to know people, and I got to make some really good friends here, and trying to balance that with trying to get good friendships with the people you know, and then trying to meet new people as well. And it's good though. I've gotten to meet a lot of people, and it's only the first week, and there's still a lot that can happen, so it's exciting. On the topic of friends, Mum, how many people have you told that I'm coming here? The amount of people that keep coming up to me. There's one lady who works in the school, and she came up to me when I was with my friends, and she was like, is one of you guys called Niamh? And I was like, yes, that's me. And she was like, oh, my husband's cousin went to school with your parents, and your mum got in touch with him / her. I can't really remember which it is. And we want to have you over for dinner. And I was like, oh, cool, yeah, I'd love to. I was like, I don't know who you are, but it's still exciting, and get to know new people and things like that. And then one of the guys I met on the first year retreat, it turns out his uncle is the principal of the school where Kieran is resident dean. And then one of my friends went home for the weekend, and she came back and she was like, hey, I went home and my dad was like, one of my friends told me there's an Irish kid at your school, something beginning with an N, and she's like, Niamh? And he's like, yeah, that's it. Turns out her dad's friend is Grant, who, for all those who know Jenna, is Jenna's uncle. So yeah, a lot of weird connection. I went to church yesterday. I went to Northview Community Church, and yeah, it was cool. It was weird to begin with, because it's kind of a mega church. I don't know if you have to have a certain size for it to count as a mega church, but we're gonna say it's a mega church. And so it was weird to begin with, and I don't quite know how I feel feel about big churches like that, but I thought it might be a good experience for me anyway. And then the pastor got up and did his talk, and he was just amazing. It was incredible. And I was like, yeah, definitely coming here. And so I met up with a bunch of people after, and we all went out for lunch. And then afterwards, Northview had a kind of a kick-off carnival thing to get to know people, and with everything going on and stuff like that. How often do I say that phrase? Really? And so they had bouncy castles and volleyball and free food, and ooh, okay, you know Wipeout? And they have that one where like the arm spins around and you have to like jump over it. Well, they had that in bouncy castle form, though like not very high. It was like on the ground. But so we played that one and we're like, yeah, this is cool. There was like 4 of us and we got creamed by the 8-year-olds. We were just awful at it. Yeah, I don't know what God's gonna do this semester, but I'm excited to see what he does, and I'm just really praying that I leave it open for him to work during this semester, and that I don't try and take control and be like, no, I want it to go this way, and just let him do whatever he wants with it. But I will try and keep these as regular as possible. So I'm going to go for weekly, and hopefully next week I will introduce you to some of my friends, do some little embarrassing interview thing with them if I can convince them to do this. We'll have to see. And yeah, the sign off part is the most awkward part. You're like, what do I say? Do I have an actual sign off where you're like, bye? Because that just sounds really cheesy and gross. But then you just sit here awkwardly and you're like, cool. So I think I'm just gonna turn off the camera. And then and then